Thought I was ready. I thought I was ready. What is up, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. I promise this time I went through all the trouble of making sure everything was set up, and then I blew it. So there's that. You know, sorry. But I did better. I did better, right? It was not great. Voila. Let's see. Does that seems to have solved the problem. Let's mute that guy because we don't need him anymore. Yeah. So I sincerely apologize. That was just absolutely terrible. Jesus. I went through all of the trouble literally of trying to be this time I'm gonna get it right. I'm gonna be prepared. I'm gonna have everything ready. You guys aren't gonna have to worry about a thing. The intro transition is gonna be great. I'm gonna really focus on it. I'm gonna do all of the things. And as soon as I transitioned over, I had forgotten to turn the mic and the background audio on. And as soon as I went live, the batteries died, which is hilarious because before I started this stream, literally about 2 hours ago, I did a little test stream so I could dial in the audio because I wasn't going to have any problems this time. And as soon as I went live, the batteries died in the microphone. You can't make this stuff up. So, at any rate, welcome to the channel, guys. I'm glad you're here. Thanks for coming and hanging out with me. So, a little bit of news. Let's see. What do we want to talk about first? First and foremost, big shout out to all the people that have been following me on Twitter and the Facegrams and all that good stuff. You guys have been showing so much support and I appreciate it. You're great. You're fantastic. I love it. Keep it coming. Let's keep doing it. It's great. Helps a lot. Makes me feel warm and fuzzy inside, which is fantastic, right? Beyond that, let's do a quick recap on the status of the Xbox prototype. So I have done a little bit more CAD work. I've been a little bit sidetracked handling some other stuff, but I have got some more work done. And then I posted a short about it the other day, my brand new hot end that I got to print the higher end filament on the 3D printer dude, I destroyed it. Like legit have no idea how I did it, but I completely annihilated that thing. Looking at it after the fact, like I looked down and it was layer shifts everywhere, and there was huge globs of plastic, and I really couldn't figure out what was going on. So I stopped the print. I let it run for a while, hoping it'd clear itself up, but it wouldn't. And so at some point I stopped the print because I got tired of watching it just screw up. And I pulled it apart, and this thing, I mean, it was a floppy mess. Like there was plastic globbed up everywhere. It had just, this thing had fallen to pieces terribly. And I'm looking for, I've got a bag, I don't know where I put them. Oh, they're over here. So the whole, I don't know if I can get in here and get it, but I'm gonna try. So I had bought the new Creality Spider, and I say new. They hadn't really been, they had put it out a few months ago, but they hadn't really been advertising it at all until recently. And so I bought one because it looked really cool, and I wanted one. And I've tried a couple of other hot ends, and none of them worked. So I got this one and I tried it. I'm gonna get out another piece and another piece while I'm here, and I'll run through the whole shebang with you. So these are the original pieces, and I'm trying to hold them together. Can you see those? Yeah, that's the original. Come on, focus. Focus on me, focus on this right here. It's not gonna do it, okay? So this one literally, when I say broken in half, like there are now two pieces. Oh, look, now it wants to focus. Of course it does. Yeah, and these are supposed to be attached right there, right? Well, sorry, they're upside down, but they're supposed to be attached like so. You guys can't see that at all, sorry. But, so the problem was, once that broke, so what happened is the two bolts on the side of it that hold in the actual heat block itself, those screws somehow backed out. I legitimately do not know how, because I tightened the crap out of them, and so they backed out. The problem is the original one is 28.8 millimeters long, according to the micrometer. I could not find, this is the heat break tube. Okay, or the heat break tube. They don't make one. You can't get spare parts for it anywhere. I reached out to Creality, they didn't have any. They were like, just buy another one. Like, dude, yes, that's an option, but I mean, I paid, I don't know, I think I paid 50 or 60 bucks for it. So I'm not, over a $5 part, I'm not buying a whole other hot end. So I got on and I was looking around. The closest I could find was this one right here, okay? And if you notice, he does not have like an indentation anywhere, and he's also 30 millimeters long. On top of that, if I can get my little, let me get my pokey thing. On top of that, it also has a PTFE lining on the inside, right? And so that's actually bad. So that's great if you're printing nice and slow and you're printing regular PLA filament and all that. The problem is it's PTFE, and so it's kind of maximum heat range, right? Like it's fine, and then when the temperature gets to a certain point, it melts, right? Because it's just plastic. And so at the temperature that I was going to want to be printing, because of the speed I was going to want to be printing, that PTFE would just melt. It would be destroyed. So I looked at that, but it was too long. However, I also ordered these little guys right here. These are out of the not the E3D. They're out of, I think it's the E3D. I don't remember, but they're out of the V5. But these are a little bit shorter than what they needed to be. So I ordered, just trying to come up with something. I ordered some nozzles as well, and those didn't work either because they were extremely too long. But I cobbled together something that would work after I spent literally my life cleaning apart plastic off of metal and off of silicone and everything else. I finally cobbled it together enough to where it would work. Tighten the P out of the screws again, so hopefully it doesn't break, and I am back to printing. So I'm back to printing. It's over there. I think you guys see it in the background. It's doing its thing. It's moving and printing. Quality is pretty good. Yeah, it's pretty good. I'm not upset with it. It's fine. Probably gonna run out of filament at some point though, probably pretty soon. So I'm gonna have to figure that out. That'll be awesome. At any rate, so that's the status of the Xbox prototype. Status is I broke my 3D printer, and so after I modified my 3D printer, I broke my 3D printer, and now I've fixed my 3D printer so I can use my 3D printer until I break it again. That's how 3D printing goes. On the plus side, I did manage to finally use I don't use my resin printer much because those things are nightmares to use. They're really cool and they do an amazing job, and the detail you get and the quality you get is absolutely stunning. They do things that you just would not believe is possible. But so the stepdaughter needed some stuff made for a school project she was doing, and so I made some cool trees. Yeah, so I used that for that. Yeah, so that's cool. Other than that, the prototypes is coming. I also got in. Come here. Don't fall. Come here. I got in 2 boxes of screws that I'm gonna need for the prototype of every size possible, of metric 2, M2 and M3 size screws. So I got those in, which is great. That's fantastic. So now I have the screws available for when I get around to actually printing them, which is gonna come soon. So the next thing we're gonna talk about is a giveaway. So I've been thinking about it, and I kind of talked to the wife, and I haven't got everything nailed down, but I'm thinking about doing a pretty big giveaway. I'm thinking about doing one. You guys let me know. Reach out to me on Twitter, on the Facegram pages, and Facebook and Instagram. The links are down in the description. I think they're down in the description. I'm pretty sure they're down in the description. Yeah, so the links are down there. Yeah, you know the things. Or send me a comment down below here and let me know what you guys would like to see in a giveaway package. I'm thinking about, lots of people give away like 1 thing or 2 things. I'm thinking about doing a pretty good giveaway. So I think that'll be cool. Also, one more bit of news. I got a message from a company called Rogue Grips. I'm not sure if I've mentioned it or not yet. And they wanted to sponsor me, standard applicable small streamer, rules apply and all that stuff. And so I am waiting for those to come in. I've actually been waiting for a lot longer than I should have been waiting. They should have already been here, but they're not here yet. So when they get here, this is what I told them. I said, no, I will not blindly endorse you. I won't. What I will do is I will personally out of pocket pay for some of these. I will do a live unboxing on stream, and I will do a review. And if you are a good product, if you are something that I feel like is a good product, or that my community will be useful, then I will absolutely endorse them. I bought enough of them that if they're a decent product, I'll probably do a giveaway on those too, because there's only so many pairs I can use, and I bought quite a few sets of them. So there's that going on. What else? I think that's about it. We'll see. I'm not gonna, and I want you guys to know, I'm never gonna endorse anything, any company for any reason ever that doesn't, If they don't provide a quality product, if they are not a reputable company, if they do not provide a good service to the community, if they have shady business practices or whatever else, any of those things, I'm not gonna. If it's not something I would use, you know, then I'm not gonna put forth that you guys should use it. Having said that, you know, I don't really personally see a need for the little thumbstick grips, right? I don't see a need for those personally. However, I do know quite a few people that swear by them and love them, and so that might be a use for the community. So if these guys are good, then we'll pimp their product. If they're not, then we won't. And that's just kind of, you know, that's just kind of where I stand on it. But I wanted to bring that up and mention it. So without further ado, one other thing, and then I promise we're going to get into doing this PlayStation. I want to apologize. The last video that I put out, I screwed up the audio so bad. Yeah, so when I switched over to the sink to show you guys how I go about washing and scrubbing and all that stuff, when I switched over there, I actually grabbed my second laptop, and then I grabbed the mobile cam and I plugged it up, and I used OBS to screen record the whole thing, and then I used Shotcut to splice it back together. And so I realized immediately when I was recording that the over there that the audio was through the roof loud. And so I adjusted it, but what I didn't do was turn on like noise reduction, and I didn't import any of my settings from my main laptop to that one. So that whole portion of the audio, I apologize, that sucks, and I'm sorry. Thank you to those of you guys that have watched it. I apologize for the audio, and when I do that again, because now I have to because that audio was awful, and I'm sorry. So now I've got to do another one. The next console we do, which I've already got some good plans for, by the way. The next one that we do, I'm going to go over there and re-show the cleaning process, but I'm going to make sure the audio is correct so that it sounded so terrible. So I'm sorry about that. At any rate, okay, you guys ready? Let's get into this PlayStation. So you guys have seen everything has been cleaned up. Everything is in nice, pretty shape. I did go ahead and I can move this out of the way. I no longer need him. I had all this stuff kind of propped up for the picture. So what I do, because I'm slick, what I do is I take pictures, right, of whatever. When I'm fixing to record something, I'll get the parts or the console or whatever else I'm going to be working with, and I kind of just lay them out in a neat way, and then I use this camera and I take a good picture of it, and I toss it in Photoscape, edit it up real quick, add some text and make it pop, and you know, all the stuff, and throw it on for you guys. So that's why it's always sitting here. Test cubes, we don't need those either. Test cubes, we don't need those. So here's where we're at. We are going to be working starting on the disk drive. The reason that we are going to be starting on the disk drive is because I put a disk in that should read and it didn't read. So we need to dig into this. That screwdriver, yeah, that screwdriver will fit. We need to dig into it and probably clean the inside of this disk drive. I did not do that on stream or in the video because I wanted to do it for you guys here. So yeah, there we go. How about that? You know what else I don't have pulled up? I don't think I have chat pulled up. Let me just pull up. By the way, I've got a problem. And I'm hoping somebody watching this can help. Hopefully I'm hoping you can help. Yeah, this looks good. This is a good spot. That'll be fine. So I've got a bit of a problem. I didn't print the front of this guy yet because, as I told you, I broke my 3D printer because I broke it. So I've got a camera problem. And when I say I've got a serious camera problem, and I really can't figure it out. So I've got total in my camera repertoire. I've got this camera that you guys are watching on here, this one. I've got the mobile cam that's over there, up there. Yeah, I'm pointing out here. I've got those two cameras, and then I've got the regular face cam that I started the videos off with when I talk. So that's 3. And then I've got the microscope, which is 4. So I've got that one. And then I've got the USB AVR thing that will allow me to play retro games through USB to my laptop. Here's the problem. OBS, and I say it's OBS, OBS has decided it will not, like it really won't. It will not allow me, no matter, it was working and now it has stopped and I cannot get it back to work. Like the microscope, no matter what I do, will not show back up. It will not. If I plug just the microscope up, it will work. Come here, mobile cam. Off of all of that. I'm trying to get this over here a little bit closer for you guys. Maybe if I move him like this. That's not bad. That's a pretty good view. It's not terrible. Yeah. So I thought, well, maybe it is a hub problem. So I went and bought more hubs, right? So I went and bought more hubs. Do I need to make the mobile cam maybe a little bit bigger? Maybe a little bit bigger? I think I can. Let me make him just a little bit bigger. There we go. Let's try that. So I went and bought more USB 3.0 hubs. So my laptop has 4 USB 3.2 Type A's, right? And then it's got 1 USB Type C. The USB Type C goes to a USB Type C hub that then outputs to a to a mini monitor. Oh my God! Can you guys see inside of that? Wow! Look at all the dirt on this ribbon cable. So the USB goes to that because it outputs to the grease on this. It is, and the disk drive is all. I'm sorry. Let me focus on what I was telling you. So. Yeah, this is just filthy. And it's all in this glass fiber style plastic. Okay, well, okay, this will be easy enough to do. I was debating on if I could unplug these, but they actually are kind of color coded, so I can unplug these. Can I? Yeah, I can unplug. Okay. So the problem is, depending, I can have 3 cameras running, but I can't run 4. I can run 3 cameras and cheat my way into using, into getting the crap, my brain went blank, the USB thing working. I can cheat that by doing a screen capture. And that will work, but I can't get it to show up as a USB capture device, no matter what software I use. I can't get, like, it literally will not show up no matter what I do. And so maybe, I've checked, lots of people have this problem, and it does not seem to be an OBS problem. People seem to be saying that it is a USB problem. So I tried today, because if it's a USB problem, and when I say USB, if it's a hub problem, then the solution to that is, I know I'm going to rip this cable, you just watch and see. Nope, didn't rip it, cool. If it's a USB hub problem, then that's easy enough for me to solve, right? I've tried to do it without hubs. I've tried to do it with hubs. I've bought more, better, new hubs, because for a while I was just running a USB 2.0 hub, and actually everything was working fine. Everything was working fine, but now it ain't. And I cannot figure out why. I got this cable I gotta do. I don't know. So if anybody out there on the YouTubes, on the Twitters, on the Facebooks, on wherever else, if anybody can give me a solution as to why this thing is malfunctional and being stupid, and will not read my cameras, I would really, really appreciate any advice that you can give me. I really, really, really would. Because I'm stumped. Oh my God, don't do that. Don't do that. Let's take this cable out, nice and gentle. Oh, it's got a thing. What a stupid way to do that. That is. So this thing has a clip right here that you can't really see until you start pulling it out. That is how you rip a cable to shreds right there. What a terrible. I started to say another word. What a terrible design that is. I had my isopropyl over here at the 3D printer earlier. I was using it to clean the bed before I started printing. All right, let's clean this. Let's clean this cable. This is not, I'm not cleaning this cable because the cable is dirt, you know, because it's going to affect the performance. I'm cleaning it because it's dirty and because we're here and we're doing it, so we're gonna do it. You know, you guys know how I am. We're here, we're doing it. It takes 2 seconds of our time. This will not impact performance in any way whatsoever. This is not gonna make it all of a sudden start reading. However, that might. Aha. So, yeah, I don't think you guys could have seen this, but on this little cable right here, okay, this white part, I can, if you look at this side of it, okay, I can push this white side up above like that, and that's how it came out. So maybe I pulled it when it came out, maybe I did, I don't know. But if that was pushed out and the pins weren't making contact, that would do it. That would absolutely do it. There is also some rubbing right here. That's magnetic, but there's some rubbing right here on this edge. I don't know if you guys can see that or not either. Come on, focus right here. Yeah, right there. So we're gonna clean that guy up. We're gonna put a little bit, just the tiniest little bit of lithium grease on these gears and on the slides. So, word of caution, whenever you are dealing, this is seriously a legitimately precision instrument. It really, really, really is. And so what you do not want to do is be rough with this at all. I don't know. What I'm doing right now is I'm playing with it and seeing how it comes apart. What I need to do is, if I drop this guy down, the disk drive should slide out. Voila, like that. And it will slide out and drop off the rail. Will that let me get it all the way out? Maybe, maybe. You never, ever, 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 ever want to push, shove, and or force. There's a little rail in there. Oh, there's 2 screws. Oh, there's 2 screws. I didn't even see them. Beautiful. When you're dealing with a disk drive, gentle. Gentle with a disk drive. Not only should you be extremely gentle, You should never have to force anything, but you should move extremely slowly in your process with it. I'm going to set him aside. We're going to clean the actual tray up. There is a metal bar that this rides on, and he's got a screw over here, so we're going to go ahead and pull him, clean him, and then we'll reassemble this, and we'll just put the faintest amount of grease on this, just the faintest amount of lithium grease. And I do not use graphite inside of one of these. You want to use lithium grease, and only lithium grease, okay? And you want to use just the absolute bare minimum, okay? If you use graphite or WD-40, those things spread, they leach, and graphite, first off, is a dust, and so now you've got a floating, electrically conductive material, okay, floating around in your disk drive. And if I have to explain why that's a bad idea, stop watching. Stop watching. Stop watching now. Go back and watch some of my older videos where I explain how dangerous, and electrically conductive things are. I've got some older ones that do. I'm not trying to be mean, but just do not. You don't want anything conductive floating around inside of here. We're going to take our isopropyl and we're just going to, this thing was not super dirty on the bottom. It was a little dirty on the top. It's not super dirty here. Okay. But I'm just knocking the dirt, anything loose off of it. Okay. And then the only part that I'm super worried about getting dry is right inside of this guy right here, the slot where our little shaft goes, okay? So here's how we're gonna do this. Let me find my lithium grease. Let me find my tubo lithium grease. I know it's up here somewhere. Here's the funny part about my tubo lithium grease. Every time literally, every time I don't need it, it's in my way. And every single time I need it, I cannot find it no matter what I do. Did I move it? Did I move it over there? I would not have moved it over there. It is not over there. There's no way it's over there. No, because the last time I used it was to pack the bearings on that. Did I put it down there? Did not put it down there? Did I put it over here? I'm telling you. I keep telling people you just wait, I'm gonna get more organized, and now I'm going to. I'm not gonna do it right this minute because I'm streaming, but I'm going to. The other thing is, and I'm not blaming her at all, but my wife will come over to help me find something, or when I need my medication or whatever, and she will tell me to take it, and then I won't because I'm a child, essentially. And so she will come over here and get it for me and shove it down my throat, and then she moves something because something's always in the way, and then I can't find the something that I need later on. It's not her fault though, it's my fault. I should be more vigilant about doing what I'm told. There it is, found it. I knew it was here. It's been here the whole time, it's great. Okay, so let me show you how to do this. And if you guys can, I'm gonna switch over to the mobile cam and put it on big screen, okay? And I'm gonna show you how you should do this, right? So you got your rod. Here's what you wanna do. Take your lithium grease, put a dot about like so. That is too much, okay? That's too much, but I did too much on purpose, right? So I'm gonna set this down. Now, you see this little nipple that sticks out right there, right? I'm just gonna take this from the bottom, and I'm going to wipe up it, okay? The bottom up to the top, okay? Now, like I said, I told you it was too much. I know that it's too much. I'm now going to take from the bottom, and I'm just going to lay it on my paper towel, just laying it down, and slide it through. Now, most of it's clear and clean, ready to go. So what we can do, bring our tray back over and tilt him down just a little bit, okay? And this thing goes in here this way with the little short nipple on this end, and he drops in like this, okay? Nope, it's got to go in this end first. Now, once we get this in, what we have to do is figure out, because remember, I'm stupid, you're not, but I am. Which way did this go? I don't remember. So what I'm gonna do, oh my God. What I'm gonna do, come on, screw. I keep deliberately avoiding getting my magnetic screwdriver bit out. I don't know why. Like, this one is one of those so not magnetic, it's ridiculous. I'm going to switch back over to the top-down view too. Okay, so here's our disk drive. Here's our tray. So this tray goes in this way. This has to go this way. It has to, yes. No. No, it has to go this way. Yep, it goes that way, which means this way. Yes, no, yes, yes, yes. This way. Okay, got it. So I had this guy when I was I don't know, 18, 19 years old. And I was out looking for a job, a job, and so I found this place in Nashville. I don't remember the name of it. I really don't off the top of my head, but I went and applied for a job there. I'll tell you what else I'm going to do too before I go crazy. I'm going to put a little bit of just a little dab of lithium grease, I mean a dot. So I applied for a job at this place that fixed like senior scooters, right, the hover rounds and things like that. And yeah, I wanted the job. I was fairly mechanically inclined at the time, capable of doing some general type things. And the guy didn't give me the job, by the way, because, you know, who's gonna hire this guy? He's an idiot. That was backwards. But so the guy, I'm going through the interview. The guy asked me this question. He says, so if you were out working on a scooter and you know, working for a client, and you got one side apart and you couldn't figure out what was wrong with it, what would you do? My answer was, trying to be slick and smart, my answer was, refer to the service manual. Seems like a reasonable response. This guy didn't hire me because of my answer. He said, I'm not going to hire you, I'm not going to give you a job because I'm looking for the type of person that is smart enough to realize that the left side of the machine is the exact same as the right side of the machine, and all they have to do is go look at that. Wow. Wow. So I left there feeling like an idiot, which, you know, in hindsight, Maybe I should have known that. I don't know. But I didn't know anything about the things anyway. I figured they'd put me through a class and teach me, you know. But he was not looking for somebody to teach. He was looking for somebody that knew, which is fine. That's fine. Squeaky rubber. So anyway, so they didn't hire me. So the reason I said that, brought that up, is whenever you're dealing with a console, oftentimes it's not like that, right? Where you've got a left and a right that are going to be identical, and all you got to do is open your stupid eyes and look. But you've got the parts available. All you have to do is open your eyes up and look at it, right? It's all you have to do. This stuff is not rocket science. It's just a game console, you know. It's just electronics. This thing is not rocket science. All you have to do, 9 times out of 10, is just take a look at it. Okay? That's all you got to do. And what I did right there, I couldn't remember how it came apart. No big deal. No big deal. All right? No big deal at all. All I had to do was just look around. So, let me fire up the hot air gun because we need to dry this now. We're going to clean the lens, but I'm saving that to very last. Okay? Because we have to apply some more lithium grease to this. You want to be extra careful, by the way. Whenever you're using hot air, on a disk drive especially, you want to be very, very, very careful. Okay? Because if you warp any of this right here, you are screwed with a capital S. I mean, absolutely screwed. So don't do that. Okay, so down here on our disk drive, and I don't know if you guys can see this in the mobile cam, but I'm gonna hope you can. I think you can. You have a small motor that drives a worm gear, okay? And that worm gear drives this little piece of plastic that's got a couple of grooves on it, right? And so when we slide it, it grips the plastic and pulls the sled back and forth, okay? So we need to put a little grease on this. Then we have a couple of linear rods, okay? These are hardened steel rods that sit right here, okay? And sorry, I put this down. 1, 2, and 3 points of contact, right? That allow this thing to move freely and slide perfectly straight forward and backwards, okay? So we have to grease these. Okay, now that we've cleaned them, we've also got a gear right here that touches a motor. We need to put just a little bit of grease on, just a little bit. So the way that we want to go about greasing this is simple. Don't point out that I can no longer find I found it. I found it. I found it. You don't have to tell me. I already found it. Good, I got it. Found it. Okay. So this is as far forward as this guy can travel, okay? So I'm gonna put a little bit of grease here, another little drop here, and another little drop here. And I wanna show you guys so you can see how small my little bitty drops are, okay? Little bitty drops, 3 of them, okay? Now I'm gonna put a little bitty drop right here, and a little drop here, and a little drop here, and a little drop here, okay? And then one more little bitty drop right here, okay? That's it. You can do that with a Q-tip or you can do it with a bottle. And now what we're going to do is we're going to turn our screw. And by turning him, we are going to disperse this grease along the shaft. You can see it pushing right there, okay? And shove it all the way back, and then we're going to run it all the way this way. And we're going to do this a couple of times, all right? Now, once we get to the end, what I notice is I've got a buildup right here. So I'm just going to lift this up, push him right there. I'm just going to lift this up, push him there. We're going to run this a few times backwards and forwards, okay, to distribute that grease freely along our rods and our screw, okay? Now, once we get it to where we're just about done and we've run it several times backwards and forwards, we're going to clean up any excess grease. Here's why. Lithium grease is what you want to use, but lithium grease is also its dropping point, okay? What is dropping point? Dropping point for grease is the temperature at which it begins to change and become more fluid and runny. Lithium grease's dropping point is right in the range of what our little console here will run, okay? So we want to distribute a nice, fair, even amount, okay? And then we want to clean up any that we have left until our motion is nice and fluid, okay? Now, the very, very, very last bit before we are done with this sled, we're gonna put a little tiny bit on this gear and one more little drop here, okay? And that's it, okay? I said that. I'm going to put a little bit more grease on this gear. I wasn't gonna, but now I'm gonna. A little bit on our teeth. A little bit on our teeth. Okay. Now that's got our sled clear. Now, we're going to get another paper towel. And you guys are all gonna listen very closely. Do not use a paper towel to do what I'm fixing to do. Don't. Just don't do it. It's not worth it. First thing we're gonna do is we're gonna take our brush, okay? Very soft bristled. And we're gonna brush it across our lens, okay? Gonna blow on it just a little bit. Okay, making sure we haven't left any dust. We're gonna take and put just a drop or two of isopropyl on our paper towel. Do not use a paper towel, use a microfiber cloth. I don't have one handy. Okay. There we go, done. We're gonna set our sled out of the way. We are done with him. We're gonna move to the bottom portion, the holder, right? And in our holder, we've got a screw here that holds a mechanism down. And a screw over here that holds it down. We need to get in here. The reason that we need to gain access to this is we've got some gears in here and some sliders that we want to clean and grease. Now, I want you to know, you don't have to, if your disk drive is not giving you any problems, I'm sorry, there's one more over here in this corner. If it's working properly, don't touch it. Leave it alone. If it is functioning Leave it alone. If you're running that thing and you've been running it every day for 10 years, okay, and it's time to clean it, by all means, clean it, okay? But do as minimal amount of touching it as you possibly can. These things are precision, and they are no joke. They're not to be trifled and toyed with. Tightening a screw up too much can damage it. So inside of here, can you guys see that on the mobile cam now? Let me spin him this way. So inside of here, we have a little belt, okay, that goes around a little pulley that is connected. The bottom of this pulley connects to a gear that turns this, and when I slide this, can I slide it? Well, come on, slide, stupid. Slide, stupid. I bet it won't because I don't have the cap on it. So when I turn this, you see it lifts this tray up and down, okay? Come on, stupid. There we go. Okay, you guys see that little motion right there? So, when you grease this, notice I said when you grease this, okay, here's the important part. First and foremost, clean this thing gently. Okay. Also, if this belt breaks right here, it's just a rubber band. It's just a rubber band, so you can replace that. When you grease it, okay, less is more. And let me explain why I'm saying that. If you get grease on this belt, it will not get traction and your mechanism will not open nor close. Okay? So, gently is the word. So I'm going to show you how this guy comes apart. We're going to lift up here, take the belt with us, set our belt over there. Okay? Now, we're going to take our belt off. We've used our isopropyl. We're going to get our hot air gun and we're just going to make sure it's dry. Okay? We're going to set our little pulley back down. Okay? We've got this big gear and then we've got our tray drawer. We're not going to touch the tray drawer. All we're going to do on our tray drawer, our lifting mechanism, okay, all we're going to do is come in here and put just a drop, okay, just a drop, like so, just a little bit, okay. And now we're going to run this back and forth a few times, okay. Okay, and you'll hear a little squeaking, okay? That's normal and that's fine. If you run it a few times and you still hear a little bit, a faint squeak is just what it is, right? But if it's actually squeaking, add just another little drop of isopropyl, or not isopropyl, sorry, lithium grease, just another little drop, just a little bit, and then continue to run him back and forth. Right? All right. Now we're going to leave him in the down position because that's where we started. Now, this guy is going to sit down here, okay? We're going to put a little drop of grease inside of here. a little bit. And then we're going to put a little grease in 1 or 2 spots on this gear. Okay. And we're going to drop him back down. Okay. Everybody with me so far? Now we're going to put another little drop, a couple little drops of grease. Oh, that was way too much. So if you spit out too much like I just did there, just pick it up and move it. Okay. And then we're going to put a couple of more little drops around this gear. And the reason we're doing it all on this gear, okay, is because we don't want, no matter what, to apply any grease to our actual pulley. Now you guys are going to notice I'm now going to clean my fingers off because we're going to be dealing with our pulley side again. We're going to line our pulley up in here and our belt. We're going to put a faint amount of grease on our little shaft. That was excessively too much. Okay. And we're going to drop our pulley with our belt back over this guy and pull him down into place. The trick is keeping this belt square. And you'll see when you take it apart, it's actually a square-shaped belt. Now, once you do this, you're going to have to rotate this one, this bigger gear, so that when you rotate it, okay, when you rotate it, the teeth mesh and drop together. Now that that's done, we're going to turn our whole assembly a few times by hand and distribute that grease around our gears. Now I know that we have grease on this big gear. That's going to mesh with our tray here in a minute. Okay? Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay. Now, we need to drop our disk drive carrier back in. Okay. Line him up where he goes. Sure, our cables stick down the bottom. There we go. And we can start putting our screws back in. Now you want these screws snug. You do not want them tight. You do want them snug, okay? So once you feel them bottom out, reach the bottom of their travel, stop turning, okay? So the next question that we get to is, how do we ensure that this thing will work once we put it back together? You don't. You don't ensure anything. You hope. If you are meticulous when you take this apart, and you are meticulous when you put it together, then it will work as it is supposed to. If you are not, then you're on your own, dude. Okay. We're going to put our screws. The idea, and I think at this point I have stressed this enough, but if I haven't, I'm going to stress it again. A disk drive is a very, very, very precision instrument. Throwing one thing off throws everything off. Okay? So pay attention, go nice and slow, be deliberate. If you are not sure, don't touch it. Okay? Notice I only took apart what was absolutely required to get in here and do what I absolutely had to do. Well, that's not true. I kind of took apart a little bit more, but we're glossing over all of that. Okay? Now, what we want to do is we want to start turning this gear and make sure that our actual disc reader, this tray, now moves up and down as it is supposed to, that it disengages as it is supposed to, that it lifts and lowers. And we are good. It's still got a little squeak in there, but I'm not going to worry about that. You'll have some random errant squeaks. It's fine. It's fine. Just worry about a thing. Okay. Now we have to put our disc tray back on. Okay. Now our disc tray is a pain in the rear end. This goes all the way this way. So, this little tab right here has to slot inside of this guy right here, okay? And this gear, this long gear right here, if you guys can see it on screen, this long gear, get it down here on the mobile cam, this long gear, okay? When he sits down, he'll make contact with this. So, before we go completely finishing this, let's take our our lithium grease, and we're just going to apply a little bit, okay, at a couple of spots. This part, this bit, you don't have to be as particular with exactly how much and all that, because it's kind of one of those, you know, it'll be fine. Okay. Now this will only come out and only go in if this carrier is down. Okay, can you guys see this carrier? If it's down. If it's up, this will not go in or out. Okay? So we're just going to line him up, make sure he's in position, and then we're going to drop our screws back in this. So the wife totally played one of those gotcha games with me earlier, right? So I was setting up all of the audio. Look at that. Beautiful. Beautiful. Right? So I was trying to get the audio set up, and I was doing that temporary streams, and she asked me a question. She did. She asked me a question, to which I did not reply to her, because I'm an idiot. Should have replied to her, and we wouldn't have had this problem. I didn't reply to her either in a reasonable or timely manner. And then when she asked me again, I may have slightly, I wasn't even paying attention. So, you know, it's not even like it was my fault. It was my fault. Guys, it's always your fault. This is my fault. No. So she asked me a question about dinner because I told her, we talked about it earlier, and I said, well, I can either stream at 4, at 4, maybe it was 3, I don't remember. I can either go live then, or I can go live at 5 or 6, but that's going to interrupt dinner, and so dinner's got to be ready, you know, because I'm not going to shut down the stream for dinner again. So the wife was over there cooking, doing an amazing job, as she always does, and she asked me a question about what I wanted. To which she asked me do you want option A or B question. However, at the time she was doing that, I was temporarily streaming, right? Trying to listen to the TV in the other room with the stream going to see if the audio was correct or not. And so I was not giving my attention in any manner whatsoever to anything that was being asked of me. I was laser focused on making sure the audio was right and that everything was perfect, and because I was not gonna screw up again. I was gonna get this one right. Dang it. And so she asked me a question, and I did not give her a reasonable answer. I gave her I blew her off. And so she asked again and gave me a look. And we've been together for long enough. I know the look, but I disregarded the look and proceeded on to give her I just told you. She asked me a option 1 or 2 question, and I answered in a manner that would not indicate that, or that was not in any manner any sort of resemblance to anything that she had actually asked me. She asked me option 1 or 2, and I gave her a yes or no. And then when she gave me the look and asked me again, I kind of snapped and was like, I just told you. So, in a good one, in an absolute good one, my wife gave me what I asked for, which was yes. Okay? And that's what I had for dinner was yes. I've learned my lesson and will pay closer attention to my wife because I'm an idiot. She'd asked me, she was making some Mexican food and had asked me, I think, if I wanted nachos or if I wanted burritos or, I still, you know what, I still don't even know. I'm not going to act like I do. I still don't know. But she'd asked me and I gave her a yes. And yes was not an acceptable answer because it doesn't work. And so what she did was gave me what I asked for. I think she'd asked me if I wanted nachos with cheese on them or burritos with cheese on them, and I replied yes, and without paying attention. And so that's what I got. That's what I got. So I screwed that one up, and so that's my fault, you know. What happened? She's peeking over my shoulder to tell me, yes, it is. Listen, I'm admitting it live on stream. What are you going to say? What are you going to say? Everybody knows now. It's on the YouTubes. It never goes away. I should have. I just literally just got finished saying that very thing. I should listen to what my wife has to say and not be an idiot. Unfortunately, though, I am an idiot. You know, what can you do? I'm an idiot. Most men, and when I say most, all men are idiots. We're idiots. It is what it is. What can you do? I feel like this is right. That can't be right. Can't be. It's got to go. It's got to be this way. I don't remember which way this cable went. Seriously, I don't remember at all. It does go this way. Got to be that way. Got it. Okay. Now for our board, which we're going to clean before we put back in. And once we clean this guy and wipe him down, then our disk drive will be clean. And there should be no further reason for it not to work, because we have taken the console apart, we have cleaned all the plastics, we have cleaned everything, okay? We have pulled our disk drive apart and cleaned it. Now, I will say this, there is a possibility that it may still not work. It may need a laser adjustment. I am hoping that it doesn't, because I hate doing laser adjustments. It's not even that I'm not any good at it. I hate them. I really do. Because I've never done one that everything goes perfectly according to plan. Like, it's always a thing. Anytime you have to do a laser adjustment, it's a nightmare, and I hate them. I'll do them, but I really don't enjoy them. I don't want to enjoy them. I don't want to do them. I don't want to participate in it. Honestly, I would rather buy another disk drive and swap the daughter board. That's how I feel about them. I hate them. I really do. I feel like that this cable here has to go in a way that I cannot do. It's got to. I don't know how that I'm ever going to do this, but I feel like this cable has to come around the back and wrap around. Tell you what else I feel like. I wonder if this cable has to go in this way. Bet it does. Yeah, it's got to be it. Got to be it. And if that cable has to go in that way, this will really be a nightmare. No, that wasn't too bad. That wasn't too bad at all. Need to take a look at my 3D printer. It just made a noise. And I know it's nowhere near done, and I also know it needs more filament, and it may just be a situation where I have to just stop it, because the filament that I'm printing something off of that is of no consequence whatsoever. It was just a test print that I was printing, but I actually need it for something, and so at any rate, it made a noise. I need to. Okay, we're almost out, but we're doing okay. 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 So we're just going to do one more quick check of everything. We're going to make sure that our disk drive will slide all the way out, and we'll go all the way back in, we hope. Once it does, we're going to double check that this slides up and down. No more squeaking. Beautiful. Everything inside is clean. It's held down reasonably well. We've even cleaned this up. So we can put this guy back on. Gorgeous. Sorry, I'm counting my screws, making sure that I don't have one too many. Holy crap. I'm gonna put these screws in, and then I'm gonna have to take a break. I have to go take my medications and whatnot. And it really wouldn't kill me to use the bathroom. So I'm gonna do that. We'll take a break once we get this done. And then when I come back, we will reassemble the console. If I can remember how to do it. Voila, there we go. That's it. That's it. Got it. Nailed it. Nailed it. We'll switch over this cam. So that's gonna wrap the disk drive up. So what we're gonna do is, I'm gonna go take a break real quick because I've got to take my some of my medications, and then I'm gonna use the restroom and probably grab something to drink, and then when I come back, we'll put together the rest of the PlayStation and get him ready to rock and roll, and we'll give him a test run. And no, I still haven't printed this stupid front door. I'm gonna, okay, I just haven't, but I'm gonna, all right? So you guys give me just a quick minute, and I will be back very, very shortly. Almost back. Almost. Almost back. Promise we're almost back. I gotta go get the rest of the plastics from over yonder world. Because I've left them sitting on the towel, drying. And so I gotta go get them. Give me 1 second. That back on. Hey, what's up, guys? Okay, so got all the plastics over here handy, and I guess it's time to start putting everything back together. So let's switch over to this one, and let me pull that back up, and I'm going to shrink down the mobile cam just a little bit, not a crazy amount. There we go. All right, so we're going to set our disk drive over here out of the way. Let me just find a spot. That's a good spot. It's perfect. And then let me get rid of both of these 2 paper towels because those have grease or alcohol on them. We'll get a fresh, clean paper towel. And the crap happened. Okay. All right. So we're gonna have to go through here and do a little bit of cleaning on some of these other parts, but it won't take us very long. It'll be pretty quick. I didn't clean these. I didn't clean this one. These are the controller ports, and the reason I didn't clean these guys is I didn't want to disassemble the boards, pull the boards out of them to clean them. So I didn't. We'll zip over them real quick with our toothbrush and some IPA. And speaking of IPA, lots of people will tell you use 91 or 93. I say it all the time on this channel. Don't waste your money, buy 99. It's literally a couple of cents difference in the price, literally. Why would you buy anything else? Why? Yes, 93, 91, whatever. It'll work fine. It'll do the job. Certainly won't hurt anything, but that little bit of extra in it legitimately does make a big difference in its cleaning ability and in its evaporative amounts. Okay, so we had that piece of metal to clean, and it is clean. We also had a cage, there it is back there. We had a cage for our fan that I definitely wanted to clean. And a filter for our fan that we've got to put back on. I did also clean the fan out lightly. Never, ever, ever. This is another one of those I'm going to tell you don't ever do it, and I've done it. I did it until somebody told me why you shouldn't do it, and it made sense to me, and so I immediately stopped doing it. Don't ever clean your fan with compressed air. You can overspin it. If you overspin it, you can actually damage the thing. They're only designed, the bearings in them is what you damage. They're only designed to run at a certain speed. And when you try to run them faster than that, you can damage the hub. The bearing can spin too fast. And when the bearing spins too fast, it can damage the hub. I don't remember how this stupid thing goes in here. I really don't. So the fan has got to get, it's got these little slots. These are our screw holes, so he goes that way. He's got to go this way. No. This way. No, you can't. It has to go this way. Okay, yeah. So that goes that way. Okay, about that. Well, said it did. Yep, there we go. Okay, so he goes that way. So our cage, we're gonna fix too. This is broken a little bit right here. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna use a little bit of heat. And we're gonna gently push him back into place, gently. Oh, whoa. Whoa. Got it too hot. Got it too hot. Okay, that we'll just have to live with that. Okay, so the fan drops in here this way. Oh no, not that way, dummy. This way. So our fan cage then has to sit over this way, which means our filter to sit in here that way. I'm just looking because it's got a little notch on it, and I don't, unless, does it have an arrow pointing direction? No, of course it does not. Why would it have a thing showing the direction? Why would it do that? See, it can't go that way. This has to go this way. And this cage has got to go this way. I said it has to go that way. It does. This does go this way. Okay, so that can drop down perfect. Yep, just like that. Got it. Okay. Voila. Perfect. Sorry, it's been a few minutes since I took this thing apart. I didn't remember. Which way it went. That does not go there. This goes over here. This is the one short screw that is on this. Cool. Fans in. Well, that's it. Fans in. We're done. We're done. The fans. Finish the console because the fan's in. There's a little piece of plastic right here. I'm hoping if I'm very, 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 very careful. Okay. We can't be very, very, very careful. Okay. So, that can wait till later. Our board think, yeah, this has got to sit down in here. It can't sit that way. Does it sit on this side? It does not sit on that side either. Does it sit on this side? This is the problem when you take something apart and then you no longer remember how you put it together. Yeah, this goes in this way. Okay, perfect. Nailed it. But I think that it is possible that we are missing a piece of metal. The bottom one I know has to go on, but I think it is entirely possible. Can't go that way. I bet he goes like that. And if he goes like that, I got to put these screws in. This is what happens when you spread stuff out over multiple days, by the way. When you spread stuff out over multiple days, you tend to no longer remember where stuff goes. And it's not a big deal. It's a matter of it's not that you're an idiot. I mean, I am. But it's not that you're an idiot. It's that it's been, 10 days or however long since you took something apart. So what separates me in my process, okay, from streamers like the Coder, is that I will do the entire restore all at once, right? I will do the whole restore in one shot, okay? And when I say in one shot, over a couple of streams, replace all the capacitors, fix everything, the whole 9 yards, right? All of it. Whereas he doesn't work on the older stuff. He only works on the newer stuff. And so, he shows, I'm not, by the way, this is not, I'm knocking. If you've watched any of my previous streams, you know exactly how I feel about the guy. The guy does amazing quality work. And if I had to send, if there was something wrong with one of my consoles that I couldn't fix, he is on the short list of people I would send mine to. The guy's that good. He really, legitimately, he's that good. Did we put a battery? Oh my God. Did I put a battery in this? I think so. I think I can see it in there. I think I can. I don't know. I think I can. It's in there. Oh, thank God. I was like this worried. Okay. I think I can. Okay. Now we have a back plate that goes on this guy, and he goes very specifically one way, and it took me a few minutes the other day to sort that out. We got to put these screws in too. I was thinking they might go through that, but they don't. It's fine. Yeah, so in contrast, right? The big giant difference between what I do, what Voltar does, what the coder does, is that I do, I will do electronic level repairs. I will also do plastic repairs. I will do, the whole 9 yards, and I want to show you guys the entire process of that, and that takes multiple streams, right? Because some of these repairs, you take like this PlayStation, if I were to do one video where from start to finish, I took it apart, I diagnosed it, took it apart, cleaned it up, put it back together, the whole 9 yards, right? Everything. We are talking about a 14-hour stream. You guys aren't going to watch that. No offense, love you. You're not going to watch that. I wouldn't watch it. You might pop in and watch some of it, and then you're going to leave, but you're going to miss big portions of it. And I don't want you guys to miss big portions of it. Does this go here? It does. It does. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. These 4. And so what I do is I break it down into smaller chunks, more digestible chunks for you. But what that means is a console is sitting for days because I don't have the time, not trying to be ugly, but I don't have the time to stream every single day. I don't have the time to stream for 6 hours, or 2 hours or whatever, and then turn around, a few hours later and pop another stream up and ask you guys to watch all of them in a row. And so what I try to do is break these down into digestible sections where you are getting to see the whole process of repairing a vintage console from, electronics repair, taking one that is broken, non-functional, fixing every single part of it, cleaning up the plastics, replacing the plastics, doing whatever it is that we do, that this console needs to get it back to 100%. I don't do a lot of mods. Now I try to limit my mods to, will it make the console last another 10 years, or will it make it look better on a TV, right? So one of the things that I do a lot of are like McWill screen upgrades on Game Gears, right? Or the funny playing IPS screens on Game Gears, right? And the reason I do those is because the screens on the Game Gears, they're not gonna last, right? They're just not gonna last. if they're not already shot, they're not going to last much longer. And so we replace those so that we get more life. But I'm not into, you know, to me, not knocking anybody, absolutely not knocking anybody. To me, I don't want an HDMI mod on my NES, on my Super NES. They have composite outputs. You know, I have a CRT. That's what I want. It's not that I can't do them. I can, but that's not my forte. You know, I can, but to me, I'm about classic console repairs, right? I want to get and I've said this before, and actually, interestingly enough, I've got as a side note, but to me, I am more interested in the preservation of the consoles. I've said it before, I'm not super into collecting of all of the, I don't want a collection full of, you know, games. You know, that's not my thing, okay? Nothing wrong with that, by the way. Some people are, but to me, I'm not. You know, there are I own a handful of games for everything, and that's what I'm interested in. You know, I'm not going to jump out and play for hours on end. That's just not what I'm interested in. But because I have a passion for, I'm putting that on, it's not ready for it yet. Because I have a passion for the consoles, I want to share that passion. I want to show you guys the tricks to keep them running, to repair them, to make them last forever and ever and ever. How to take care of them, how to fix the little problems that you're gonna run into, that you're gonna have. I want to show you how to do that, and then you know, I'm ready to move on to the next thing, you know, if that makes sense. You know, that's what I want to do. There are 1,000 other people out there that can teach you how to mod your console. There are 1,000 other guys that can teach you. Why will this screw? Why are you being a stubborn jackass? It'd be better if it was lined up, wouldn't it, all the way? But it's just not. And again, you know, that's not me in any way knocking them. You know, there are great people, you know, absolutely fantastic people. I've named some of them already, that can teach you everything that you want to know, could ever want to know, about how to mod your vintage console, how to get RGB out on it, how to get HDMI on it, how to install a mod chip so you can play, you know, your legally obtained ROMs. See what I did there? You know, there are 1,000 of those guys out there, and some of them are great, and some of them are jerks. Some of them suck, you know. But those guys are out there, and so if that's what you're wanting to learn, you know, I don't have you know, they're already excellent tutorials. I can't mention enough things about retro RGB, you know, My Life in Gaming, Voltar. You know, I can't say enough good things about those guys. They do a fantastic service to the community, because there's a lot of you guys legitimately that are interested and want those things. But for me, this is me personally, you know, I am not as interested in providing that service. I don't, that's not for me, man. That's for those guys. And they do a great job. And you should go and subscribe to them. You should follow them. You should listen to the wisdom that they have to share. I have no idea where this piece of metal goes. Legitimately, no idea where this piece of metal goes. But it has a sticky on it, so it goes somewhere. It has a sticky, so it must go somewhere. This is terrible. I legitimately have no clue where this piece of metal goes. Oh, sweet. Uh-oh. Sweet baby Jesus. What have I done? I don't think it actually goes in this piece of plastic at all, by the way. I think it goes, well, it wouldn't go that way anyway. It would go down here. Yeah, I think it goes in I think it goes in another piece of plastic. We'll gloss over that one for now. Okay. I also do not think that this piece of metal goes over this at all. I think he just slots down in here and screws down. That would make the most sense to me. So yeah, so you know, that's why my videos are a little bit different than everybody else's. That's why I take a little bit longer on some of my stuff than everybody else. You know, not trying to take away from those guys in any way at all. But I do a little bit different. I want to teach you guys how to preserve a console from top to bottom. I want to teach you how to fix, you know, your red light of death. I want to teach you how to fix your broken plastics. I want to teach you how to, you know, fix your 7805s that are going bad and all of that stuff. Like that's my goal, right? So that your console lasts you forever. That's what I'm interested in, you know. And so that's what I try to focus on, because that's what to me, you know, that is what I can contribute, you know, to the greater good. Let's clean this guy while we're here, which means sliding this guy out of the way. You know, so that's why my videos tend to be a little bit different than everybody else's. I could, you know, Macho Nacho is a fantastic guy. I have not met him. Fantastic guy, though. He does a fantastic channel. You know, Retro RGB, another great group of guys. They do a fantastic job. They really are great. But they are more into, here is the mod, you know, here is how you do it, and, you know, but they don't go into a huge depth of providing a huge width of and breadth of knowledge on it. It's just, here's the thing, and you install it, and, you know, you're done. But to me, there is more to it than that. You haven't shown me how to care for my console long term. I wonder if this drops in here. I bet it does. Bet it does. But no, I bet it goes this way. I bet it goes this way. And if it goes this way, oh no. Because if it goes this way, how does this get down there and plug in? How does it this obviously fits here. I said that. I bet it doesn't drop in there because there's no second screw hole over here. There is one here, but there's not over there. Okay. Glossing over all that. Okay. Disk drive goes here. We've got our disk tray over here. He drops together. I'm gonna have to take this back off because this is gonna have to drop in here. plug in there. No problem. No problem. Easy. No problem. I'd still really like to find out, by the way, where the stupid controller ports plug in. Like there's the, I think this is the connection for them, I think. Because this is for the SATA connection for the disk drive. With the little, I say SATA, the brick connector for the disk drive. Yeah, so for those of you guys wondering, you know, what am I bringing to the table? Why am I doing this? I legitimately, seriously do care about the preservation of the console. There are, and I don't mean this negatively, I really don't. There are enough people protecting the games, but there are not a lot of people protecting the hardware. That's my opinion. Okay. There are enough people modding the consoles, but there is not a lot of people telling you and showing you how you take this thing apart, how you fix this problem or that problem, how you correct this issue or that issue. I don't think, I really, like, I think, especially with your older consoles, who's doing it? Because I haven't seen anybody doing it, you know? And I'm not trying to be ugly. I legit haven't seen, nobody's doing it. This got to go in here. It can't go in there. But this does plug up here. It has to. I wonder if it drops over. Oh, seriously? Because if this sits in here this way, see, it can't go that way. This has got to go this way. And if this goes this way, maybe I can finagle him through here. Maybe. I mean, if I finagle him through there, and I can get this guy to sit in here, there, and come on. Okay, just like that. Got it. So that's perfect. Okay, so let me put a couple of screws in this guy first. Let's do that. Oh, there's no way I'm going to be able to put screws in there because that's got to be held down later. So I'm going to try not to cuss at Sony right now. I'm going to try. Now we can plop this guy back down on here. Yeah, so for those of you guys that don't know, that's my shtick, right? I don't collect consoles because I want to have the greatest console collection of all time. I've got literally one Jaguar game. One. I have literally one I don't know, I think I got more of everything else. I got one Jaguar game. I do not, I've got a 5600 and I don't have any games for it. None. I have 0 games for my 5600. Because I'm not interested in preserving the game. You go preserve the game. You go do that. I am going to preserve the hardware, and then when you need a game to play, because, or you know, a console to play on because yours is broken, you know, I will be able to provide you with a console that works. You know, that's what I want. You know, I don't want much out of it. I want to take care of the consoles that I love. You know, I want to share that with you guys. I want to teach you how to do that. You know, you guys got to tell me, by the way. You got to tell me when my camera view is not adequate for you. So now we've got that done. I think we're at a point now where we can. Do you think we put the disk drive in first? Or are we completely screwed? We're completely screwed. Completely and totally screwed. Completely and totally screwed. Completely screwed ourselves. I mean, completely screwed ourselves. So the disk drive has to plug in a very specific place. It's got to come up through this through this case. I knew that. I looked at those connectors knowing they had to go in there, and I just didn't put them in. Come on, jerk. I don't know why. I don't know. I don't know why this thing is beating my tail. I wonder if this goes over here. What do you think? Do you think? No, there's no way. There's no way that goes over that. No way it goes over that. I don't know where this goes. I really don't. I don't know where this goes. I also know that this little piece of metal right here, this little, I gotta put this back on too. Okay. Oh yeah, what a jerk. These have to slot up through. These have to slot up through this hole. And they're a complete and total jerk to do. Because they have to finagle around a piece of metal. Jerk. They have to finagle around a piece of metal. And make a bend that they cannot bend. Got them. So when they put these together at the factory, the cables are loose, right? And so since the cables are loose, they can make these bends that, you know, they're not strong yet. They haven't formed into any shape yet. And so they're easy to put in and out. Always be paying attention, by the way, to your arrows. Most decent human being manufacturers that are not complete assholes, excuse my language, I know we try to keep it kid friendly, most of them will provide you with little arrows on the boards that will, as you are assembling it, you will get more arrows as you assemble. Okay? And what that does is, so as you're assembling it, you know I'm at step A, I'm at step B. You know, here are my arrows for step A, here are my arrows for step B, step C, and all the way down the line. And so what you end up with is a perfectly screwed together board, right? I really gotta, if I could do this. And so that way you're only screwing in the screws that you need for each step. And that saves you down the road of having to disassemble things because you put something, you know, the wrong screw in at the wrong time. So for instance, like on this drive tray right here, there is no arrow here or here. There is one here. There is no arrow on these two guys. When I stick this piece of metal up here, okay? When I stick this piece of metal up here, sorry. So there's an arrow for here, and that's it. There's no arrow for the rest of these. So I was putting them in earlier. I shouldn't have been, but I was. I was putting them in earlier so that I could hold it in place and flip it around and look at it. But I think we're at a point now where I don't have to do that because the bottom panel should be ready to go on. I do have to fix the screen because I screwed that up. I need a sharp, pointy object. And no, this screen is not the most vital thing in the world. You know, if you don't get it in here, it's not like the world's going to fall apart. But we're here. And if we can reasonably get the thing in here, reasonably, then we're gonna. If we have to fight with it too much, you know, we'll move on. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I think these are our screws. That might be one of our long screws. I think that one is too. Let's try this. Yep, that's going to be one of our long screws. It goes all the way in. And ladies and gentlemen, we are almost done for this thing. Almost. I think we can pop this guy back down. What I'm doing is I'm looking to make sure that none of my screws that I've already put in are going to be in the way. We forgot our power button. Where is our power button? Where is it? What'd you guys do with it? You guys had it last. You guys had it last. Well, there's the button. Where's the cordy thing? Oh, man, crap. You see that? You see that right there? You know what that right there is? That is most likely a problem. That's what that right there is. Maybe. That is most likely a problem, because this cord, I know this is not, I'm not done putting this in. I'm just trying to put him in long enough to where I can hold him sort of kind of in place, to where I can sort of kind of figure out the routing on this stupid cable that I forgot. I knew it. I knew I was gonna. I always do. I always forget something. So he's got to come over here. Where does he plug up to? Where does he plug up to? I would anticipate a plug up here, but I know that's not going to happen because I'm not that lucky, which means he plugs up underneath all of this. He has to. I need a break. like I need a break. This is one of those I'm going to take a break because I'm fixing to get aggravated and I don't want to break anything. So I'm going to take a break for like 5. And then I'm going to come back and we're going to finish this. We're going to put it together. I promise. BRB. Like BRB. Son of a Jesus. All right, just terrible about that. I need to, you know what I need to do? I need to make or build a stream deck of some sort. But yeah, before I get back into this, taking it back apart to put the stupid power cable back in because I'm stupid. I do want to I do want to come here. Don't be stupid. That'll work. I want to give a quick couple of shout outs to some people. Grief Burrito, Julio Straffen, you guys retweeted and all that stuff about going live. Thank you so much. Lee Compton. I'm going to talk about Lee Compton here in just a minute. Great guy over on the Twitterverse. Guevaro, Retro Game Boy, and my buddy Retro Dicky. Those guys have all been fantastic lately. If you guys don't follow them, go to Twitter and follow those guys. They're fantastic. All of them are great. Make sure you go give those guys a follow. Great group of guys. Thanks so much for the retweets and all that stuff about going live. I appreciate it. Thank you guys so much from the bottom of my heart. Lee Compton, I want to bring him up. So he messaged me out of the blue the other day and he said, can you give me a hand? Now, Lee is in the UK and I am not, and he had a Mega Drive Mini that he had done some he had modded it at one point with a mod that would allow him to add more games and stuff like that from his legally obtained ROM collection. And he had switched computers and got rid of his old computer and couldn't get it to reconnect. And he messaged me to see if there was something I could do to help him. And I threw everything at him that I knew that I could do, and gave him every bit of advice. At the end of the day, I was not able to guide him too far in it because what it ended up being was a USB driver problem. I'm convinced that's what it was. Fortunately for him, his father-in-law had one and had the same thing, and his worked on his computer, so he was able to go over there, use his father-in-law's computer to get his back up and running. But he was absolutely great through the whole thing. I tried my best. Lee, I'm sorry I couldn't help you any further. I'd kind of reached out to everybody I knew, and we were all a little bit stumped about it, mainly because it's a driver problem, and you know, I can fix games, I can fix consoles, but fixing Windows driver problems, bro, yawn. No. So anyway, at any rate, those guys, I'm going to be sending a shout out tweet for a little bit, letting them know I gave them a shout out. 100% though, go check those guys out on Twitter. All of them fantastic. Just in case you forgot the list, Lee Compton, Retro Game Boy, Guevaro, Retro Dicky, Grief Burrito, and Julio Straffen. Those guys are great. Go give them a shout out, send them lots of love, tell them I said hi, and yeah, all that cool stuff. So let's get back to this wretched PlayStation. I am like this much aggravated with it because I keep going around and around and around with take it apart, put it together, take it apart, put it together. I'm sick of taking it apart, put it together. I just want it to work. So I've now had a sip of water. I have taken a deep breath. And now we're going to figure out what I screwed up and what I forgot to plug up, and then we're going to figure out how we go about plugging it up to make the stupid thing work. I can't take that out. I really, really, really legitimately wish I knew. I don't, like, seriously, I don't remember where this thing plugs up at. I'm not even being like a little bit joking. I really don't. I don't remember where it plugs up at. No idea, couldn't tell you. But we're gonna take the bottom off of it and we're gonna find it, and that's gonna be that. We're gonna get it back together after that. I've also got the soldering iron over there heated up so that we can fix the power button and re-sticky it together. We're gonna plasti weld it together. We could super glue it, but it would break. We may, once we plasti weld it, we may go over it with some CA glue just to make sure it holds and never lets go again. But we're gonna plasti weld it. That is the proper technique. The proper technique actually would be to just get another one, but they don't really sell them anymore. So yeah. This screw out again. We're gonna take this screw out again. I should just move that up out of the way, huh? And we're gonna take this guy off again. I'm gonna look right here so it doesn't plug up here. Okay. Remove our Lego brick connector again. Watch, I'm gonna go through all this. You just watch. And the connection's gonna be on top somewhere. That was relatively easy to get to. You just watch. You just watch. Because that's how things, you ever just nothing goes the way you want it to? Has that ever happened to you guys, or is it literally just me? Because there are times that no matter what I try, nothing goes together the way that I want it to. Nothing ever works out for me. Sometimes that's the way it works for me. I don't know. Does he plug into the back of that? Son of a... He does. He plugs into the back of this. Jeez Louise. So, come here, you. He does. He plugs into the back of this. How insane is that? How absolutely asinine of a thing is that? Voila. Okay, let's, before I go any further, because I did realize earlier I forgot to clean this, so let's clean this guy up with a little isopropyl. You could, by the way, if you were so inclined, you could change the, I believe they're 0805s. You could change, if you were inclined, the LEDs in here to make them light up different colors. You could. And I've done stuff like that before. I think it looks cool. Some people are like, that's stupid, why would you do that? I think that it looks cool, so I do it sometimes. Those are not 0805s. Those are, wow, those are small. Okay, so we got him in here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our soldering iron that is tangled up in everything. And what I'm doing is just reheating and remelting the plastic together. All in here. All in here. And I'm going to try my very best to get underneath it. Okay. I'm pretty much as satisfied with that right there as I'm gonna get. I think I am gonna take a drop or two of CA glue. And I think I'm just going to put a drop or two of CA glue on it. Just like that. I use Starbond Medium. This is a really, really, really good cyanoacrylite. It's just CA glue. CA glue it's a great, fantastic all-around glue. It really is. Good product. Fantastic. Great thing to use. I learned about it with model cars, or not model cars, or remote control cars actually. That's kind of where I picked up on its unique abilities. And it really is a fantastic glue. It's fast acting. There you can also get an activator, what they call an activator for it, that kind of speeds up the adhesion process on it. That is great as well, but most of the time you don't really need that at all. And so at any rate, Starbond, I really like the Starbond brand. It's a little bit better. It's a slower bond than what you will get with your remote control cars. It really is. It's a slower bond. It does not adhere as fast, but its overall bond is stronger. And what they use it for with remote control cars, by the way, is they use it for the bodies, for attaching the bodies, or pieces of bodies together. And it's it just really is. It's a good, solid, great product. It's fantastic. If you've never used it or don't know anything about it, and you can get your hands on some, which is pretty easy. You can pick it up on Amazon or any hobby store at all. I cannot recommend CA glue enough. It is just legitimately really, really, really good product. So this guy has to finagle through here, and then we're going to drop down in here. The worst wire routing known to mankind. Absolute worst wire routing known to mankind. Really is. Oh my God. Okay. So that's in. We can flip this back over. If I wasn't stupid to begin with, I would have done this properly. But, you know, hey, what can you do? Cool. We've made it this far again for the 17th time. You have to love it. So I say this in literally every single stream I do. When you reach a point where you are getting frustrated and assembly, disassembly, those are times where you're going to get frustrated with it. Step away, right? Because if you don't step away, what you're going to end up doing is damaging a console. You're going to get aggressive with it. And I understand that. I do. I've made those mistakes. And so that's why I strongly advocate to you guys, step away, take a deep breath. If you don't, you're going to break something. And when you break it, there's no going back from that. Like when it's broken, and now you have to figure out what your next plan is so that it's no longer broken. And that's kind of difficult sometimes, you know? So, yeah. I reached a point with this guy where I realized I was in trouble of losing my proverbial, excuse my language, and that I needed to let me back up before I fully lose it, and just take a breath and fix it, man. You know, this is not it's not rocket science. Not building the Taj Mahal here. You know. So all I had to do is just slow down, step away for a minute, collect myself. Nope, I knew it. Backwards. These two are our long boys. They go all the way through to the top. And so yeah, you know, try to keep that knowledge in your head, you know. You're not in any rush. I'm not in any rush, you know. I know we are I don't know how long have we been streaming so far? How long have we been streaming? I don't know. This stupid thing. One of the things that I wish that what are we, almost 3 hours now? Almost 3 hours. One thing that I wish that OBS did was tell you how long your stream had been going on, but it doesn't. Maybe there's a way for it to make it tell you that. If somebody knows how, we didn't put our doors in either. We got to put those in too. Don't let me forget those. If I forget those, I'm legit gonna lose it. I really am. If I forget to put those stupid doors in, that's it. I'm gonna throw the thing across the room. That'll be it. That will be the entire rest of the stream, is me throwing this thing across the room. We don't want that. Nobody wants that. You guys don't want to see it. I don't want to participate in it. You guys don't want to see it. So do me a solid. Help me. And don't let me forget to put those stupid screws, because I almost forgot when I put this cover on. I say I almost did. I did forget. I forgot all about it. Wouldn't that be terrible? Put all this time and effort into fixing this thing, only for me to get mad because I forgot something that I shouldn't have forgotten and hurled it all the way across the room. Rage quit the build. Just absolutely launch it across the room. I will. I'll get mad. I can't find my my toothy brush. Oh, it's right here in front of me. Dumb. Just absolutely rage quit it. I gotta find the little springs too. I know they're up here somewhere. I don't know where they're at, but I know they're up here somewhere. I have to find those as well. Okay, memory card doors are gonna go in this way. Do they go in that way? I don't know. Yeah, it's upside down. Okay, cool. Perfect. I really need those springs, by the way. I really do. When I took these things out, I was in a bit of a hurry to take them out, and I wasn't paying attention. Okay, so that one goes there. Okay, which means this one goes over here. Okay. Oh. Oh, stop it. Okay. Now the springs. Now the springs. There's a spring. I've located a spring. What am I going to do if I can't find the other spring? What am I going to do if I can't find the other spring? I put it over here, and I think it got knocked around somewhere. There's that one. Okay, come here, you. I have to figure out how this spring functions. So he has to go this way and this way, maybe? Or does he go this way? Or does he? I think he goes this way. Yes, he goes that way because he's got a little groove. Okay. So when he goes that way, does he drop down inside of there? I don't know how that fits. Oh, I see, it's backwards. Oh, I see, it's backwards. So this has got to go over this. So this has to go this way. It's the only way it'll fit. What the worst design ever. And I mean ever. Because there is no, what a fiddly thing this is. That was hard. That was not as easy as I really wanted it to be. So then this guy, I see where you mount like so with a little screw. I just have to find the other little spring. I must find the other spring. I wonder, I hope I didn't. I wonder if I vacuumed him up earlier. Wouldn't that be a terrible thing? But it's entirely possible that I did vacuum him up earlier. Wouldn't that just suck? If I vacuumed up the spring, what am I gonna do? He's not right here, and he should be. Well, oh my God, don't do that. I must not have vacuumed him up. Because I'm going through everything I vacuumed up with my my magnetic tip, and he's not. He's not in there. That's all the metal that I pulled out of it, those two little bitty pieces. That is good. I didn't vacuum him up. It's also not good because now I can't find it. Now what do I do? The hunt continues. Did I knock it off on the floor somewhere? If I did, he's so small, I doubt I will ever find him. $400 little screws. Found it. Voila. There it is. There he is, right there. Look at that. Found him. My daughter says to me one day she says to me, she had to be, I don't know, all of 6 and precocious as all get out. She says to me, Dad, you know what you need? Can't wait to hear this. What is it that I need? She says, Dad, you need perseverance. Well, kid, you ain't wrong. You know, a little perseverance never hurt anybody. You need perseverance. You know, to which I do you even know what perseverance means? And she says, without missing a beat, he said, oh, 6 years old. Still working on basic English language. He says, well, Dad, perseverance means you never give up. Well, kid, you ain't wrong. That's exactly what it means. I do not feel like that this is the correct screw. No. Cannot be the correct screw. I think that the screw that I put here actually goes there. Voila, nailed it. Nailed it. Which means this screw goes here. Yep. Nailed it. Okay. We're back on track. Now, we are actually ready to make some progress with this guy. You can go back over there. Nobody's interested in you anymore. Okay. Tuck my wires in. And you can go. I don't know where you can go. Maybe you can tuck out this way. Maybe you can tuck out this way. I'm trying to get this power and reset button in here, just so. There it is. One screw. Oh, nope, 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 nope. And believe it or not, with one final screw, we're going to be able to put this console back together and see if it works. Come on. Oh, this is holding us out just a wee little bit. And these cables. The cables that I spent so much time routing just so. Decided that they didn't want to be routed just so, that they'd rather just YOLO and just go wherever they wanted. These little aggravating, almost. Where's my little pick at? It's not the pick I wanted, but oh, seriously. If I could get those. To tuck in here like this. Never have another problem out of them. Voila. We are almost home, ladies and gentlemen. We just got a couple of more little... something's not lining up just right. I don't know what it is. There's a screw in there in the wrong place. Son of a... That was it. That was it. So, this console has been cleaned within an inch of its life. It has all new thermal paste on it. Not thermal paste, thermal pads everywhere. We even thermal padded a couple of extra places. We disassembled and cleaned and tested. Oh, well, we didn't test. We disassembled and cleaned and re-greased and did all the stuff to the disk drive. We have cleaned everything that could need to be cleaned. Now, what I'm doing right here, by the way, is bad luck. Don't do this. You never put the little plastic pieces in until you test the console. I am YOLOing this one. Complete send. I got 1, 2, 3, 4 of those. Oh, I gotta put my long screws in. That long screw. Where's my other long screw? There it is. Full send on this one, guys. We're doing it. You can't judge me. You're not even my real dad. Come on. Come on. We're even going to put the rubber feetsies back in. YOLO. Voila. We're back together. Watch this. I'm even gonna, I'm doing it. I'm doing it. I stuck it back down. I did it. I'm doing it. Doing the things. I feel like that this has a, maybe the clips just need to expand a bit. Okay. Power. Power. We need power. We need video. We need all the things. We need the powers and the videos, and we need the controllers. We preferably want to plug this in without electrocuting ourselves. We need the video cables. We need a controller cord. We need a memory card. Where did I put it? There it is. We need to oh my God, what have I done? I grabbed the wrong thing. That'll be fine. Let's send it. See what happens. I don't know. I don't know what's I don't. Oh, wait. Right. Okay. We got something coming up on screen, so our console works. Browser. Oh, okay. We still got some. We still got some. Memory card. X enter, X enter. Nothing, 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 nothing. We go all the way back. We have a disc here that is slightly dusty, but it should. Is this a PS2 game? It is. Our power button is no longer floppy. Come on. Oh, you guys can't even see that because I was stupid and didn't transition it over. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Sorry, my 3D printer's skipping and I don't know why. Okay. Browser. Let's see. Work. Disk read error. Eject. Okay. So, you know what it might just be? It might just be that we don't have a PS2 game that works. It could, I mean, it could be. I don't know. We're gonna pop in The Joy of Christmas and see if it's reading a disc. And if it is, I will go back over there and try to hunt down another PS2 game. We'll try this one. So see, it's reading this disc. We're gonna do this and we're gonna reset it. I'm gonna try this PS2 game that I've got over here. I can hear our fan spin. Yeah, okay. So it's reading that one. So we want to kick back out. I'm gonna put this in. This should be Medal of Honor. Let me run over here and see. Let me look through my cabinet again and we'll see if I can come up with any other games. I'll be right back. Let me get my flashlight. Well, that made no difference whatsoever. I don't have any other PS2 games. So I don't even have my plastic polish in here. None. But I've got some out on the porch, so I'm gonna try to clean this disc a little bit. Maybe it's just dirty. Try that. I'm gonna run and try to grab this plastic polish because the Ford lacing really should work. Where's it at? All the way at the bottom. No, it's right here. The Ford Racing is a PS2 game, I think. Yeah, and it really should work. Like, it legit should. I don't have any PS1 games either. Let me try to grab this and see if this will do a thing. Oh wait, it's showing a game now. It's maybe just cleaning the dirt off of it. Maybe that worked. Wouldn't that be cool? Oh, it's loading. Awesome. Awesome. Fantastic. We got a loading screen. Look at that. We got a game. Look, it works. We fixed a thing. What fantastic news. We have fixed a thing. We did a thing and it worked. How absolutely fantastic. Checking memory card. Nobody cares. EA Games. Look, it's loading. What game are we even playing? This is Call of Duty, maybe? Medal of Honor? I don't know. Yep, Medal of Honor European Assault. Look, we fixed the thing. Press any button. Yeah, but I'm pressing buttons. You're not doing anything, though. I don't feel like you're dedicated to this. Are we... Is that the... We did press a button. We pressed lots of buttons. Oh wait, now. Okay, we were plugged up to the wrong port. So screwed that up. So I had to take the cover off of it and flip-flop that around. Okay, well, whatever. I don't care. No. Because that's... Does our controller not function? No, we know our controller functions. I don't know. I don't know, but it ain't reading. I don't know. You know what? It reads. It wasn't reading, and now it reads. I have to reset. Let's see if it resets properly. We fixed a thing, guys. We did a thing. We're very happy now. We now have a functional PS2 that some idiot couldn't be bothered to system configuration. No, we don't care. We don't care. Cool. Awesome. We fixed the thing. All right, so the last thing that we got to do, now that we know that works, the last thing that we have to do, it's not even getting hot anymore. Fantastic. Fantastic. So, we got to turn them all the way off. There we go, all the way off. So the last thing that we've got to do is we've got to do this. Oh, shut up. What a, in the words of my mate Vince, result. We have a result. Fantastic. So we're going to shake up we've got a little bit of, this is scratching. I don't know if that's coming through, but you can see it faintly right there. We've got some scratching, some faint scratches here or there. But I think that we can fix this with a little bit of plastic polish. A little bit of Meguiar's Plastics. So we're gonna try to polish, rub it out a little bit, right? Clean up some of this. Now ultimately, when you get scratches to a certain depth, there is no fixing them. However, that has actually made a reasonable difference. What a fantastic result. We did a thing, we fixed it. Aren't we happy with ourselves, with our result? We got a great result. We got a great result. Fantastic. Now, if we could just get some lazy idiot, me, to print the door for the front of the disk drive, we would be golden. We'd be golden. We'd be really, really, really golden. There you go, just a little bit. Just a little bit more. For the disk drive, we'd be in great shape. Look at how good that looks. Would you just look at that? Look at how good our PlayStation looks. Wow. I was a little bit worried that this was not we were gonna suck out big time on this one. And I hate it when that happens. I legitimately really do. I really do. So, awesome. Great job. So we went all in on our PlayStation here. We went all in on him. I'm gonna try to prop the mobile cam up here and get the mobile cam up here. We'll get a great view of it. Standing gloriously in the light. Look at our beautiful PlayStation. Didn't we do a wonderful one? What if I no, it's the rear lights. It's these lights that are killing us. Yeah, look at that majestic console. Look at that guy. And so we fixed it. We got it running, man. That's great. It's awesome. So that's the wrap up on this one. Finally. Finally, we got a great little wrap up on fixing our console. Everything came out great. Very happy with that. That's awesome. What next, man? So I'm gonna be pulling out some consoles tomorrow and getting them ready to post, to sell, because I've got an obscene bin. Probably I might do a small stream, maybe Monday, maybe, I don't know. We're gonna see what happens. Got a lot of things going on Monday. But we might be doing one then. Until then, I am gonna print this door, I promise you. The next stream we do, I will have the door printed and we will put it on the thing. We'll glue it in place, put it up there, and have this guy fully functional, ready to rock and roll for you guys to check out and enjoy. I think this one's going on my shelf. I think so. Well, I might give this one away. I could do that. I can do that now because I've got another one outside. I can give this one away. What do you guys think? We talked about that earlier. Don't forget, leave a comment down below. Twitter, Facebook, Instagrams, all those things, man. Yeah, leave me a comment. Let me know what you guys would like to see in some kind of giveaway, and we're gonna do something. We're gonna do something cool. Beyond that, I guess that's it. That's where we're gonna wrap it up, man. Thank you guys so much. I know this ran a little bit longer than my past streams, but I wanted to get this one done. I wanted to wrap it up. I wanted to show you it working. I wanted to show you the disk drive functioning and all that good stuff. Cleaning up the console. Look at how good it looks. It's beautiful now. It's fantastic. So, at any rate, guys, thank you so much for watching. Thanks for coming and hanging out with me. I guess I could flip it that way so you can see it in the upper cam. Yeah, that'd be good, huh? At any rate, thanks for coming and hanging out with me. I appreciate it. I appreciate all the support you've been giving me lately. We're trying to ramp this thing up. We're trying to ramp it up. We're pushing hard on doing some more things. So you guys are fantastic, and you've shown me a lot of love, and keep that rolling in, man. It keeps me motivated, right? It keeps me motivated a little bit, and I appreciate it. At any rate, I guess that's where it ends for this stream. Not forever, just this stream. I guess that's where it ends. So I guess, without a doubt, we will 100% see you guys on the next one. Thanks for watching.